You may remember the alien autopsy footage. I'll talk about that later on, and that's supposedly with a Zeta Grey from the Roswell crash. There is a film called Alien Autopsy starring Anton Deck. I actually really liked that film, so if you want to watch something a bit fun, it's really good. That's my opinion. And if you do see a UFO, there's a place called MuFON. You can contact them online, and you submit your details about what UFO you saw, even if you see an alien. It's a non-profit organisation, and although Robert Bigelow, you may remember me mentioning him in another video, he actually, I think, bought into MuFON to be able to get as much information as he could out of it, but they collate your information, and they have sort of databases of where craft were seen and things like that, and so it actually shows a pattern. For example, UFOs fly a certain path around the world as opposed to going left to right. This is really scary because it's actually happening right now. But in the 80s, I came across a person that was abducted by aliens, and the aliens turned around to that person and said that planet Earth should really only have 500 million people on it. And back then I didn't know anything about the Georgia Guidestones, and these are the Georgia Guidestones, and they've got a lot of text on them. And one of the texts says maintain humanity under 500,000
million.
Now, these stones were written in 1979 by a mysterious person called R.C. Christian, but he used a pseudonym. But one of the there's a few other things on there. But look at this, number 3, unite humanity with a new living language. Now, if you remember, I was in one of my other videos, I was talking about aliens teaching someone a new language using their symbols, etc. And you can actually read a whole book within a few seconds. So I'm wondering whether or not this is all from aliens, and this is what their plan is. What's your IQ compared to an alien? Well, this is supposed to be a tall white, but I don't think it is. It's more like a Palladian to me, but I'm just using this for reference. So the tall whites can speak every language that was ever written, and that's a hell of a lot. There's a lot of languages that's come and gone that you don't even realise. Now, something also that I find quite fun is abductees have said that they've been taught to fly ships, not by the tall whites, but by other alien races such as Palladians and the Zetas. And now they've been taught to fly ships, and the reason why they said is because when the time comes, people will follow a human into the ship to help get away from whatever the problem is that we're going to have here, compared to them being led by aliens into a ship. So make of that as you will. A little bit about the Zeta Greys. They wear a one-piece skin-tight suit that is almost indestructible. Military struggle to get that off of them when they've obviously come across dead ones. The Zetas also don't understand us because they can actually watch our TV. They have actually the ability to watch TV. I know it sounds stupid, but they do. And they, to one abductee, that they said to him, why does, obviously they were looking at the police at the time, why do these people kill or try and kill someone and then run over and heal them? They couldn't grasp that I guess because no other animal does that. You know, they're not going to try and kill someone and then run over and help them, but they couldn't grasp that. Also, their jobs, when they're born, they're allowed to do any job they want to. There is no money situation. They don't worry about greed or anything. And everyone has everything they ever need, so they're not going to steal off of someone because they get given the same. You're probably wondering why the Zetas abduct people. If the Orion Greys abduct people and they're bad, then surely the Zetas are bad if they're abducting people. Let me just give you an example. So they abduct people, and they have done this en masse actually. They've got people to a certain place in a field, and then the ships come over and beamed everyone up at night into the ship, and then they're led down this corridor into a massive room, and they're sat down in front of these screens, and the screens, so these people are sort of, they're conscious but obviously under the control of the aliens, and they're shown pretty pictures of Earth from way back, you know, when dinosaurs were here, lovely blue oceans, etc. And they progressively show videos of the planet getting worse up until the future, where the oceans are basically destroyed and brown, and they're trying to say to us, look after the planet.